Happening now, a local restaurant closes their doors after vandals strike. We hear from the owner detailing the cleanup. Plus, we hear from residents who are concerned over Governor Cuomo's pandemic powers and whether they're constitutional.
Well, we've had a very active morning with showers and storms moving through. We'll see more of those this afternoon, then a big pattern flip for the end of the week. We'll talk about it next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
After being closed for months due to the pandemic, a popular Chautauqua County restaurant once again has shut their doors, this time for cleanup after vandals broke into the establishment this week. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Deborah Schuyler, she owns Schuyler's Kitchen, says she was overwhelmed when she walked into her Town of Bust-Eye restaurant yesterday morning, finding her small business completely trashed.
There was damage to my computer, my credit card machine. There was honey all over, the fire retardant. Silverware was on the floor.
Schuyler believes a group of youngsters got in via the window where her kitchen air conditioner was installed.
Not a lot was stolen, so therefore I don't really think it was a break-in to get food or what have you. It was just to do some damage.
Her restaurant, that just recently reopened after it was closed due to the pandemic, will be shuttered for around 2 weeks as ServiceMaster, a professional cleanup company, handles the mess. Financially, insurance is expected to cover damaged costs. However, Schuyler says this is her busiest season, which will set back their projected revenue for the year.
I mostly worry about my employees because they have bills to pay, so I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they're taken care of for the next couple of weeks. So we'll do what we have to do because we're a family.
As for those responsible, she says,
they really don't understand the devastation of what they did to not only me but my customers, and that there's got to be a better way to spend your time.
Now, police, Schuyler tells us, have since launched an investigation taking fingerprints from the scene. Well, multiple area residents are voicing concerns regarding what they say is an infringement on their constitutional rights by Governor Andrew Cuomo and his administration during the COVID-19 pandemic. The residents spoke during last night's Chautauqua County Legislature meeting, requesting that the legislature consider passing a resolution making Chautauqua County a sanctuary county in an effort to protect their constitutional rights. Now, we spoke with Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell following that meeting, who explains that he will continue to fight for those rights during talks with state officials.
I fight for Chautauqua County within New York State government. Somebody wants to say against it. We have been very outspoken. I've been very outspoken with the governmental mandates that came down from the governor early on in COVID. We were closed when we had no cases of COVID in Chautauqua County. Throughout my colleagues in the New York State Association of County Executives, I am a voice that always fights for the county. So my voice is heard in Albany. My voice will continue to be heard, making sure that the rights and privileges of our residents are always upheld.
Wendell says that he reached out to Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul's office in an effort to reconvene the control board that he was part of. Well, hoping to set a model for employers nationwide, President Joe Biden will announce today that millions of federal workers must show proof they've received a coronavirus vaccine or submit to regular testing and stringent social distancing, masking, and travel restrictions. As Britt Conway reports for us, the new guidance is not a vaccine mandate for federal employees, and that those who decide to not get vaccinated aren't at risk of being fired.
Is the president confident he can get the unvaccinated to change their minds?
We have to.
And he's pushing to do just that. Monday, news that vaccines will be required for healthcare workers at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Tuesday, new mask recommendations from the CDC for people who live in areas with substantial or high transmission of COVID-19. Right now, that's more than 75% of the country. Starting Wednesday, the White House asked all federal agencies to require masks indoors in those areas with substantial or high transmission. And today, the president will lay out his next steps to ramp up vaccinations and take down variants. He's expected to announce new guidelines for federal workers. Officials say they'd be required to share their vaccination status. People who aren't vaccinated wouldn't be let go, but they would have to wear a mask and submit to regular testing. And there could be additional requirements at some point. But none of this is expected to be imposed on the U.S. military. And sources say the Department of Justice is also weighing the legality of companies requiring employees to get shots. A number already have, including Google, Facebook, Netflix, Saks Fifth Avenue, The Washington Post, Lyft, and Twitter. And the list is growing. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Yesterday, New York State also announced new actions to combat the growing COVID-19 concerns, with Governor Andrew Cuomo announcing that the state will soon mandate all government and hospital workers to be vaccinated against the virus. The hero Jamestown police officer credited with saving a family from a house fire last week is continuing to receive recognition. Officer Mark Conklin was issued a New York State Senate Commendation Award and proclamation from State Senator George Borrello during last night's county legislature meeting. Conklin was recognized for his courageous actions that saved a William Street woman and her daughter from a house fire. His July 19th rescue of Brooke Lucas and her 12-year-old daughter was recorded on his body camera and has since gone viral. Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell and a rep from Congressman Tom Reed's office also presented commendations to the officer. Certainly we thank him so much for his service and for bravely running towards that house. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments section down below. Let's get right to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by live in studio with a busy weather morning. I know you're tracking several storms across our area.
Yes, we are, and we wanted to get right into it. This is Sean Sweatman, who is live in the Storm Interceptor, and he is in Stockton, and there was some reports of flooding out in that region, and he's going to check out on that right now. And again, we always encourage you, don't go out and storm chase unless you've had the proper training. Again, Sean's been trained for many years. He knows how to stay safe and he knows what he's doing out there. So let's switch to Lynx 1, and this will be our radar, and you'll see that that orange box that should pop up, there it is that severe thunderstorm warning that was issued right around 10:30 this morning. It was a bit of a surprise when we got that in the weather office, and you can see those darker colors indicate the heavier amounts of rainfall, and so there has been some heavy rain with these storms. We haven't heard of any damage so far from any strong winds. That's the good news, but we'll keep our eyes on it as we go throughout the afternoon. And there's going to be a few more showers and storms as we work throughout the afternoon. We topped out at 78 yesterday. 60 is where we started the day. 93 and 42 are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon today, scattered showers and storms, some of them strong to severe, as we just witnessed. But the good news is the storms will taper later in the day. Cooler but quite humid, 67 to 74 with a southwest wind. It all changes tomorrow. Big cold front moves our way tonight, and that ushers in big changes for at least the first several days of August. We'll talk about it in detail with that 7-day later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Thank you. The push to rid Jamestown streets of improperly disposed of heroin needles took a step forward this week. During the City Council meeting, the lawmaking body approved a resolution to acquire 10 Sharps containers for syringe disposal. Council President Tony Dulce explaining the purchase cost is covered by a New York State Department of Health grant. In partnership with the Hope Chautauqua Coalition, Dulce tells us collection containers will be placed all around the city.
Try them in different locations along the river walk or points downtown or in certain areas where they're seeing a high concentration of needles that are out there around the school. I know around Jamestown High School in the back, and I know on the river walk and down towards McRae Point and some of the other parks, areas where there are a lot of children, a lot of activity.
Now, previously, someone put a Sharps container in a local parking garage, which initially prompted the city to take over the idea of putting other Sharp containers around the area. Well, New York State is distributing $900,000 in grants to various state parks, trails, historic sites, and public lands. The Park and Trail Partnership Grant Program is funded through the State Environmental Protection Fund. The grants support partner group efforts to raise private funds for capital projects, perform maintenance and beautification undertaking, as well as provide educational programming and promote public use of parks by hosting special events. Grants are administered in partnership with the nonprofit group Parks and Trails New York. Recipients must raise outside funding of at least 10% of that grant, which they receive. Now, locally, Chautauqua County's equestrian trail system is getting nearly $65,000 to provide environmentally friendly, sustainable rehabilitation of their trail known as the Boulevard, which acts as a critical point of access for trail users and has been closed for the past years due to logging. Well, coming up next, a new effort to help save dogs from kill shelters is getting underway here in Jamestown. But first, the latest in a case of a Ripley man accused of witness intimidation. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this wet Thursday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Charges remain for a Ripley man in connection with a witness intimidation case. Chautauqua County District Attorney Jason Schmidt telling us that 22-year-old Isaiah Fuentes remains charged with witness intimidation and criminal contempt. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office alleges that Fuentes violated an order of protection by way of contacting a victim in a case electronically. He also faces a 9-count indictment in a July 2020 kidnapping case. Now, following a bail revocation motion last week from Schmidt, Fuentes was remanded to Chautauqua County Jail. That's where he sits now on $2.5 million cash or $5 million property bond. Well, the investigation into a northern Chautauqua County stabbing continues at this hour. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says that the stabbing, originally believed to have happened in the city of Dunkirk, actually took place in the town of Portland around 4:45 in the morning Tuesday. Deputies say the victim in the incident sustained some serious injuries. No arrests have been made, but investigators say the probe into the crime continues with help from the Dunkirk Police Department. Well, a big deal has been made in the nation's capital. Now, lawmakers making moves on bipartisan infrastructure legislation. John Lawrence with the latest for us.
Looks like you reached a bipartisan agreement on infrastructure. Fancy word for bridges, roads.
President Biden announcing a bipartisan group of negotiators have reached a deal on an infrastructure package with the hefty price tag of $550 billion. The bill holding huge cash for roads and bridges, clean energy, passenger and freight rail, and high-speed internet, among many other things.
We're talking about the biggest dedicated investment in bridges since the Eisenhower administration when they set up the interstate highway system in the first place. We're talking about the biggest investment in public transit that we've ever done as a country, the most for passenger rail since Amtrak was set up. It's got funding to get lead out of the pipes that take drinking water to our kids, funding to get Americans connected to broadband, so many things that are so long overdue.
Despite seemingly coming to a deal, President Biden says there's still a lot more work to be done, saying in a statement, Of course, neither side got everything they wanted in this deal, but that's what it means to compromise and forge consensus, the heart of democracy. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer making quick moves Wednesday night, bringing the deal to a test vote on the Senate floor.
The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
My goal remains to pass both the bipartisan infrastructure bill and a budget resolution during this work period. Both. It might take some long nights. It might eat into our weekends. But we are going to get the job done, and we are on track.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
John, thank you. The bill will now head to the House, where it faces a few speed bumps. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats saying they want to see this bill packaged with other $3.5 trillion reconciliation package that's also on the table before they make a vote on it. Well, get ready for a wing ding of a day because it's National Chicken Wing Day. So bust out the celery and blue cheese, or even if you're some people, you like ranch. After a number of years, Dakota and I will get into that in just a minute. After a number of years of different establishments selling their version of buffalo wings, the city of Buffalo, of course, in 1977 proclaimed July 29th to be National Chicken Wing Day. You can celebrate it by finding a chicken wing special at a restaurant, throw a party in which each person brings wings tossed in a different type of sauce, or you can even enter a chicken wing eating contest. I know there's a couple of those. You can post to social media using the hashtag National Chicken Wing Day. And this video from the Wing Fest that used to take place at the Northwest Arena, making me hungry. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. I know, Mr. Hunter, we've talked about this before. You're not very popular maybe here in Western New York because you actually like to dip your wings in ranch.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
I do not like blue cheese. You see, the thing with blue cheese is because it's moldy cheese.
See, I love blue cheese. Let us know in the comments.
Why would
are
you
a
want
ranch?
to eat
Are you
mold?
a blue cheese? Let us know.
You see, that's the thing. Why would you want to eat
Yeah,
mold?
but it's not. I mean, it's mold, but it's fine to eat. They say some of these things you need for your body. I mean, I don't know if my body really needs.
Well, I don't need
blue
mold.
cheese,
I'm allergic to mold as it is. My body doesn't need any more of it.
Yeah, but it's
even
fine.
if it's a healthy kind to eat, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't like blue cheese. I'm a ranch guy.
Yeah,
So
I love blue
sorry.
cheese. Blue cheese and chicken wings, and then pizza. I even like to dip my pizza into blue cheese. Man, it's
My mom
my
mom will have a tendency to pour ranch dressing over her pizza or dip it.
Mike Ferguson says, "Ranch, be gone with you."
Okay.
I think so too.
Goodbye.
Mike. We're gonna need to find somebody to do the weather though.
Here you go, Justin.
No, serious? You're gonna give me the clicker?
No, not today.
Are you, no?
No,
There's too much going on today.
No.
You
Maybe
actually-
tomorrow we'll have Justin do the weather tomorrow.
Maybe.
But
We're always trying to get our interns to do it, but they never do. They never do.
we force them to do it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of weather, it's been busy here locally, but I hear nationally too, a pretty big earthquake that happened just a little while ago, right?
Yes, this happened last night in Alaska, or technically this morning in our time, a major 8.2 magnitude earthquake. Well, let's go back to that. And this was a major earthquake that occurred off the peninsula of the Alaska Peninsula. It was almost 65 miles northwest of Perryville, Alaska, and this is what the USGS believes to be the strongest earthquake that has hit this region in quite a number of years, and it's actually knocked out the National Weather Service Doppler radar in Fairbanks. Not sure what's going on with that, but we'll have to get details on that if the radar was damaged in that. But that was a big earthquake. No earthquakes around here, but we do have a lot of thunder boomers around here. First Defense Doppler radar is showing you what's left of this line of showers and thunderstorms that's been moving across the western southern tier, now into Cattaraugus County, going into Allegheny County. All of the severe thunderstorm warnings have since been canceled, but our friends in Erie News Now, hi, how are you guys? And you guys are dealing with a tornado warning right now for portions of Crawford and Erie County, Pennsylvania. This expires at 12:30. So in just the time of our broadcast here, probably in about another 8 minutes. That warning will expire, and you'll see where this line is coming out of. This is a cold front that's moving on through. This cold front ushers in a big change to our weather pattern as we go through the day tomorrow, and especially through the weekend. We've been talking about it all week. Clouds downtown from the HD News Now cam, 65 as a noon hour right now. Apparently the anemometer at the airport was blown away with that thunderstorm, so we have no wind being reported there, and the humidity is still up there at 64, but that's going to be changing as we go into tomorrow. Now, this really isn't relevant anymore because we've already had the showers and thunderstorms, but there is a low-end marginal risk across basically all of the southern tier of northwestern Pennsylvania, and even though the majority of Crawford County is not in that slight risk zone, they still had that tornado warning. So that goes to show you how you have to even respect the low-end threats. So again, for us here in the southern tier, the storm's mainly going to be a strong wind, heavy rain event, and also cloud-to-ground lightning as well. Lots of lightning showing up in these cluster of storms today. So let's take you through the newest run of Future Scan. This is batch number 1 that moves through. Batch number 2 develops later this afternoon. And with the showers and thunderstorms we've had this morning, the question is, how strong will these be? Will the first round of showers and thunderstorms stabilize the air, or will these also have a chance to be strong? We'll have to watch those through the afternoon hours. And then those showers and thunderstorms taper off for the overnight. A morning shower tomorrow, then it turns partly to mostly sunny for the afternoon hours, but it's much cooler tomorrow and less humid, so it's going to feel a lot better than it has been over the past couple of days. So temperatures today are actually held down because of the advent of the rainfall. 69 here in the city, maybe 68 in Cherry Creek with showers and thunderstorms. Next 7 days right now, 67 tomorrow, 70 on Saturday. After that chilly start, maybe 48 here in the city. Valleys will likely be in the mid 40s to start the day. We dry out for Saturday, more scattered showers and storms Sunday, and then we're in a drying pattern as we go through the middle of next week. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now. It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the southern tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Right here, baby. Look. Oma.
Noah. Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. A Western New York animal rescue group that helps save dogs from kill shelters out of state is seeking your help and new volunteers for their newly established Jamestown branch. WNY News Now's Mario Cosentino with more on their call for action for those here locally.
Buffalo-based Buddy's Second Chance Rescue pulls dogs from kill shelters in West Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, and Costa Rica. Founder Julie Starr explains that these shelters don't want to kill the dogs, but they do it out of necessity.
Basically, it's caused from overpopulation, people not spaying and neutering their pets, dogs being abandoned, the shelters get overrun. They only have so much space, and unfortunately, they're healthy, adoptable dogs that get euthanized just because of lack of space.
She explains that the shelters work with the group to send a list of dogs that are going to be euthanized. A transport company brings the dogs to New York, where Buddy's Second Chance Rescue takes care of the dogs' paperwork, as well as takes them to the vet to get neutered. The dogs are then placed in foster homes for about a week before they are adopted. In 2020 alone, they rescued over 600 dogs. Western New York native Chelsea Edmonds recently launched the group's Jamestown chapter and needs volunteers to help foster dogs as they come in every 10 to 14 days.
We're still looking for volunteers and fosters in our area. Chautauqua County, Jamestown, Westfield, Mayville. We have some in Fredonia already that are helping us out.
Starr says that being a foster home for a dog goes a long way in the rescue to adoption process.
Even if you can foster 1 or 2 dogs, that's 1 or 2 dogs' lives you've saved, and it makes a difference, for that dog. A lot of these dogs don't stand a chance without people getting them out of the shelters, and people don't realize what an impact it makes.
Aside from foster homes, they're also in need of volunteers to process applications and approve homes so dogs can be adopted. Mario Cosentino, WNY News Now.
Mario, thank you. To volunteer or adopt a dog, you can check out their website at buddiesrescue.org. Certainly a lot of great work they're doing there. And when you think about it, here locally, I think we're lucky that we don't have kill shelters. But in some communities, as they mentioned in that package, Dakota, that's it. When they hit max population, as they have new dogs coming in, dogs who have been there for a long time, that's their resort.
Now, I thought New York banned kill
I
shelters.
believe they did. They did.
So unless there's some operating illegally, I thought it was illegal to have a kill shelter in New York State.
It is, and that's why this group works so hard to try to rescue those dogs from those southern states who still have kill shelters, and they're able to bring them here and get them to loving homes. And we talk about this quite a bit, especially with the Humane Society, who obviously is a different group doing a different thing here locally, but when you look at the expansion of it, a lot of these animals are so loving, and I think we've mentioned on this program before, and you guys let us know what you think about this in the comments down below. But without the community's support, none of this would happen. So it's incredible to see the work that they've done already in Buffalo, and they're expanding here to the Jamestown area. So welcome to the community. And I just looking at the report and seeing the dog bringing their pup in here yesterday. The newsroom got to meet him, and you see without them, he wouldn't be here today. So they really are doing life-saving stuff. So let us know what you guys think about in the comments down below. If you're watching us on the replay, whether you're watching us on WSCE's restream here on the secondary channel from our friends in Erie, or Facebook Live, WNY News Now Network, we appreciate you tuning in. Dakota, a lot of people tonight are looking forward to it. We've seen the rain. Do you know if we're going to continue to have some of those showers this evening?
Well, I can tell you that the rain will taper off later this afternoon. Let's go in there and take a look at it. So for tonight, those early rain showers and thunderstorms ends becomes partly to mostly cloudy overnight, 57 to 62, and tomorrow pretty much the same as today in the temperature department, but it will be much more comfortable, and we're going to keep that comfortable air going into at least the first several days of August. How are you going to ring in August, Justin?
Oh, I am. I'm going out of town this weekend. Going to be fun. Going to go check a Pirates game down in Pittsburgh. So they're not very good, but Matt and I are actually going. We're going to have a good time together.
Remember, folks, Justin Gould said it, not me. That's Justin Gould, 21 East 3rd Street, Suite 210, Jamestown, New York, 14701. Justin.Gould at WNYNewsNow.com. And also 488-7226, extension 201, I believe is your extension number.
Yeah. Well, you know a lot about me. I'm a Pirates fan. they haven't had a great season, but there's a lot of really good young talent. Matt could talk all day about this. He's a huge Pirates fan, but it should be good. It should be good baseball. And you know what? I think more about the people, getting together and having a good time. That's what it's all about. So. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over Chautauqua Lake. Stay dry, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.